Carney coming out, expressing his concerns. What do you think is going to happen on this front?
I think the Bank of England is going to take action in June when its Financial Policy Committee meets. I think it will tighten affordability criteria a little bit in June, and I think come September it will recommend some significant changes to the Help to Buy scheme to try and calm things down a bit.
And you think that'll work?
Well, I think it will buy time, to be honest, and I think it will slow or at least stop house price inflation accelerating much further beyond 10%. One important thing to remember, of course, as Carney has said, is that the Bank of England doesn't build houses, so it can't stop house prices going up, but it can hopefully reduce the risks of a bubble.
All right, let's talk about the balance of in this economy. And you look at the minutes, the Bank of England minutes, of course, and it very much looks like Carney's the outlier, the odd one out now, doesn't it, on rates?
It does. Well, it's specifically the minutes talk about a range of views. You have arguments for why you might want to raise interest rates sooner rather than later. It refers to strong growth, of course, as well. So Carney's words last week, I think, were at odds with the text in the inflation report and with the forecasts, and the minutes make that clear today too.
And how has the market reacted correctly to that, do you think, that discrepancy?
Yes, I think it has. I mean, we've seen more hawkish movements today, and I think that's right. We've had a very, very strong retail sales reading, distorted by Easter, of course, but still way above consensus expectations, and more hawkish Bank of England minutes.
In terms of slack and to what extent this can be eroded, that slack in the economy, where do you think we are? And I know we've talked about this before. Where do you think we are, and when do you think we're going to get the next hike?
Sure, I think in the UK there is relatively little slack left. I know that sounds really difficult to believe given that the UK economy is still not larger than it was pre-crisis, but business surveys suggest recruitment difficulties are rising and back to normal. It suggests firms are operating at full capacity. So I think there's relatively little slack. I think it will be eroded quite quickly because growth is above trend. I think we will need a rate hike by later this year or Q1, and I think the Bank of England will oblige with that.
Looking at the yields let's look at the yields on the 10-year.